Hello YouTube, in today's video guide, I'm going to teach you how to build your bow and staff. I spent a lot of time PvPing and you can use this build for both PvE and PvP. We are first place with almost 3,000 kills and 3.1k assists, so it's getting there. We do kill a lot of people with this build. We spend a lot of time in both arena, open world PvP, events, guild wars and all that stuff. I'm going to teach you how to build the staff. So right now for early game we are going to go with 70 dex, but in the future, like near the end of the season or something, whatever, we're going to swap over to 60 perception, because in the end you want to have that 50% perception, 50 for the attack percent, attack range 7.5 and hit chance 120. But for now we just go all 70, so since we're focused on both PvE and PvE build. So starting with the green stuff, you can craft these two rings easily in the from buying daily contract tokens. So buy the green lithographs and try to trade it out by these two accessories for the melee evasion build. So we're going for 1700 melee evasion. You could boost this actually higher to all the way 2k if you use your buff for it, and then hit chance will also shoot up. But anyway, so these two rings, and then I actually had these two rings, but then I was like, you know what? I kind of want more evasion because I keep getting hit a lot. So I decided I kept getting meleeed a lot. So in one stun lock, which kind of doesn't help, because when you stun lock, you're dead in PvP. So if you want PvE, you don't need to build too much melee evasion. But for PvP, this is the build I like to use. Next, we have Elusive Hexweaver Hat and Elusive Hexweaver Pants. These are both dropped from Ant Nest. You can find that in here. Let me show you the location real quick. Here we go. Ant Nest. There's lots of places to get it. You just keep farming in this place over and over. You will consume these abyssal contract tokens, so make sure you're aware of that, because you also want to use your abyssal contract tokens on farming Plate of the Infernal Herald, which is also dropped from Shadow Crypt. And this is very cheap now because everyone's farming Shadow Crypt with their tokens, and it's very easy to get. For the cape, Night Slayer Mantle is what I like to use, because we are once again doing a Super Evasion 2000 build, and this is obtained from killing Mitrins and the Contaminated Mitrin. So Contaminated Mitrin, there's lots of places to hunt for it. Pretty good, very good thing. You could farm it all over here. And then moving on to the next item, we have the Sabatons. This is also dropped from Tyrant's Isle, where you will be farming your weapon. You will be farming your Tublix Deathmark Longbow and Tublix Shattering Quarterstaff. And then this thing is okay for now. I like using it because it adds perception 3 melee evasion. But there is another boots I forgot that adds lots of 1200 HP with melee evasion. You could use that as an alternative if you feel like it. And then, so for these are the ones I traded my weapons with. Very good traits to have heavy attack chance. So heavy attack chance will make your fireballs hit for 10k x2, which is 20k damage. Very insane for PvP and PvE. And then we have the bracers of the Primal King. You could either use this one. This is obtained from the cave dungeon, which is very not too bad. It's all RNG. And then this one is actually might be the hardest piece to farm right now. The Shadow Harvester Grips is also dropped from a dungeon called the Temple of Slaughter at the end chest. Not a lot of people like doing this dungeon because of the mechanics, grappling, pillaring. That's why this is one of the more harder items to collect in your set. But if you don't have it, you can always use a different kind of a blue item for it for now. And then for my ring, this Sapphire Dimensional Band is actually from collecting 10 of these tokens here. So if you collect 10 of these tokens from every dungeon, you can go to the crafting NPC in town, the accessory NPC, and it will give you a chance to craft a select box after you do that. So let me show you that real quick. Go over here, and then you have this one. So to craft this, you will need to craft 10 of these tokens, 10 of each dungeon. So after that, you can craft the box, and then you can select either this ring or this ring. So for our build, we obviously want attack range increase and wisdom and perception. Also not too bad of stat. And then we have our belt. This belt is actually from another open world dungeon that you can farm. Very good belt to farm. It drops from the wizards in the Sylvan Temple, I think. Yeah, Shade Wizard Temple or Sylvaleth Temple. So this is over here. You can farm the wizard on the second floor. So make sure you farm that when it's morning and safe for you to do so. What else do I have? That should be it for the items. I will go over the items again. So, Ant Nest, Mitrance, Shadow Crypt, Temple of Roar, Ant Nest, Tyrant Tile, crafting NPCs. Very easy to do. You must do this. Cave Dungeon, Cave of Ants Dungeon, Co-op Dungeon. And then this one's crafted. And this one is also from Open World Dungeon. And then that should be it for this. My stat distribution. I ended up wasting extra on dex because I do not have enough dex for this build, unfortunately. But in the future, maybe there's another item that you can do so. And I do want 30 perception because in PvP, it's a lot hard to hit people that build melee evasion. So we can use this skill to boost that. And then you can either go strength for a little bit more HP and damage, or wisdom, but I do like wisdom can also add damage, but I do like strength for the little bit of HP. If you can somehow push this set to, if I use my PvE set with the, I could actually sacrifice 112 evasion if I wanted to. If I do this one like this, boom. And now I can actually do a decent stat build over here with a very, very balanced and healthy stats. Boom, see? And then rest into, this one is actually super PvE oriented. If you want to sacrifice extra evasion, you will drop down to 1602. Not too bad of a build. If you use your skill, boom, you will have almost 2k. Not as much as our original build, but can also work if you want to do that. So those are your two choices of item for gearing, stat distribution, and all that stuff. And having the 30 HP will also make you tanky with almost 10k HP. Not fully traded everything yet, so once you fully trade stuff, you will have more HP. And moving on to the skills. Alright, now starting with the staff, we did go down the middle row, which is very nice. And then for the longbow, we went down the bottom row, which is also very good at the nice boost at the critical damage at the end. And then here is our specialization for our open world GVG stats. I did not take tornado, but you can also swap in tornado with our vortex, but this is the build I currently like and went with a lot. And so we start off with flash wave, decisive bombardment, strafing, zephyr knock, focus firebombs, fireball barrage, inner piece, inferno wave, victorious energy, limit break, nature's blessing, and judgment lightning. And then next one we have for PvE. For PvE, I always feel like you need to take deadly marker because it makes runs a lot faster. It's almost the same build as we had earlier. Nothing too special that we changed or added. We have this, and this, and this. All right, so pretty much normal. Specialization is here. This one and this one. Then lastly, we have the arena, small scale arena or small scale open world PvP. This is what I like to use. Ensnaring arrow, decisive bombardment, Zephyr's knock, focus fireballs. We did change a lot of the build here, so I am going over it. Burning smoke screen, inferno wave, victorious energy, and these are almost the same. I like taking tornado for the small scale ones, even though you should take it for the higher ones, but I feel like I always want other things more better. And the specialization is here. Well, for the passive traits, I feel like I don't know too much about the passive traits, but this is what I use for all this stuff for now. I think I do mix and match them both. And then for the PvE, and then large scale war. I may have missed some things here and there, but you know what? I'm super tired. I've been streaming 10 to 20 hours a day, ranking up a lot in PvP, trying to get first place, staying in first place. And yeah, it's a very, very, very challenging thing. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see me live on Twitch. I'm always PvPing there, doing events and guild wars and all that stuff. Have a nice day. This is your brother, Steparu, out.